Mercury Comet, the shooting star of classic cars. In the vast galaxy of classic cars, the Mercury Comet is something of an astronomical oddity. Not quite a planet, yet brighter and flashier than a mere star, the comet whizzes through the annals of automotive history with a blazing tail and an uncanny knack for leaving an impression. Born in 1960, the comet was Mercury's audacious attempt to conquer the compact car segment. But let's be clear. While most compacts were akin to those dull, utilitarian pens you get at a budget motel, the Comet was more like a glittering Mont Blanc perched on your desk. Initially pitched as a slightly posher Ford Falcon, the Comet had pretensions of grandeur, dressing up its modest underpinnings with flashy styling cues and a cheeky swagger. On the outside, the Comet was an exercise in restrained flamboyance. Tail fins that didn't quite know if they wanted to be Cadillac big or just a nod to the space age. A front grille that seemed to smirk rather than sneer, and an overall profile that was both elegant and vaguely muscular. It was like a sprinter in a tuxedo, ready to run, yet also classy. Under the bonnet, the Comet offered a range of engines that spanned from the meek to the mighty. Early models featured the pedestrian inline-six engines that wheezed their way to 90 horsepower. But as the decade progressed, the Comet got serious. By 1964, the Comet Cyclone variant was packing a V8 that spat out 210 horsepower, a figure respectable even by today's standards. And let's not forget the 1967 GT, with its 390 cubic inch V8 that turned the Comet from a leisurely cruiser into a streaking meteor. Driving a Mercury Comet was an experience unto itself. The suspension was, shall we say, squishy. It absorbed bumps with the enthusiasm of a sumo wrestler in a trampoline park, but didn't exactly inspire confidence in the corners. The steering was wonderfully vague, giving you the same sense of direction as a buttered eel on a waterslide. And the brakes? Compared to today's disc wonders, they were about as effective as trying to stop time with a stern look. The interior of the Comet seemed to be designed by someone who had an affinity for lounges. Bench seats wide enough to host a square dance, a cavernous dashboard that could double as a landing strip, and switchgear that felt as if it had been borrowed from a 1950s sci-fi set. If comfort and charm were currencies, the Comet would be a billionaire. But where the Comet truly shone was in its drag racing variants. The Comet AFX, a lightweight factory-built dragster, was a beast that could annihilate quarter-mile times, leaving competitors to choke on its cosmic dust. This wasn't just a car. It was a public service announcement in speed and audacity. One might wonder why the Comet doesn't bask in the same limelight as Mustangs or Camaros. Honestly, it's one of the great injustices of the motor world. Perhaps it's because the Comet was always a bit of a chameleon, an ever-evolving machine that never quite fit a single mold. But that's where its charm lies. So if you ever get the chance to experience a Mercury Comet, take it. Revel in its quirks, embrace its contradictions, and enjoy a ride that offers you a glimpse into an era where cars were machines with souls, each one a unique chapter in the story of the automobile. If the Mercury Comet's tail left you starstruck, hit that like button, subscribe to Autoicons, and let us know in the comments which classic ride you believe deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Stay tuned for more wheel-spinning retrospectives.